Wait. Here on the Icon of the Seas, you'll never run out of things to do. I mean, it's the largest ship in the world for a reason. And in this video, we're gonna show you around. And we're also gonna share with you our full 7-day itinerary, including our stops in Mexico, Honduras, and the Bahamas. Hey there, Tipiter! We are Vince and Josh. We cruised with Icon of the Seas recently, and let's just say it was the best cruise of our lives. In this itinerary, we'll walk you through how we spent our days here, from adrenaline-pumping activities to unexpected chill zones, plus the best spots to eat, drink, and just stare at the ocean dramatically like it's a music video. Before we begin, know that we regularly publish highly informative travel videos, so if you're not a subscriber yet, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell beside it, and select all so you won't miss any of our future episodes. Day 1, arrival in Miami and boarding. The Icon of the Seas is currently home-ported in Miami, so the first step, of course, is making it to the United States. We landed at Miami International Airport in the morning. Then we hopped into an Uber straight to the Port of Miami Terminal A, which is often, if not always, the terminal used by Icon. The drive took around 20 minutes and cost around $29. But when Icon of the Seas came into view, we gasped at the same time. It was massive, definitely bigger than any ship we had laid eyes on. You see it online, but nothing prepares you for the real thing. It's a floating city with water slides poking out like roller coasters and balconies stacked higher than our future goals. At the baggage drop-off area, we were greeted by porters who happily helped us in loading our bags. Actually, loading wasn't the only thing they helped us with because we failed to print our luggage tags. But they had extra tags and took care of it. Porters expect a tip, so make sure you have smaller bills with you. Then we entered the terminal building, noticing these giant ship propellers dangling and spinning in the air. And the lines looked scarily long, but they actually moved fast. Check-in and boarding processes were a breeze. The staff looked for only 3 things: our passport, US visa, and set sail pass, which we got when we completed the online check-in process using the app before the trip. Okay, hold up. Our stops, or so-called ports of call, for this cruise were Puerto Costa Maya in Mexico, ROATAN in Honduras, COZUMEL and Chichen, Itza, and perfect day at COCO in the Bahamas. But we weren't asked to present a visa for any of those, even if we were holding a Philippine passport. They only checked our US visa's validity and number of entries. After boarding, the first thing we did was find our muster point, which was the area to go in case of an emergency. The assigned muster or assembly number was indicated on the set sail pass. Once done with the process, we were free to explore the ship, especially that our cabin room wasn't ready yet. We boarded earlier than scheduled. By the way, the first thing we spotted upon boarding was this staircase with a giant rounded shiny canopy called the Pearl. There was a cafe here called Pearl Cafe too, where new cruisers could grab a quick bite or drink. At the Royal Promenade, this area, the common area on Deck 5, we also had a chat with Filipino baristas at the onboard Starbucks. Shout out to Elsa, who hailed from Pampanga. Do you wanna drink Starbucks? Charot. Vince was so delighted to meet a fellow Kapampangan. We then proceeded to our cabin. Thankfully, it was ready. We grabbed our set sail card on the door and used it to enter. Here's a quick room tour. Ito yung room natin. So, it's a balcony ocean view room. So, double bed. And, cute yung hugis ng bed. Rounded siya. Meron ding work desk. And ang cute dito is lahat ng mga kailangan mong malaman, including yung mga dining options, yung mga shows, and even yung mga tours ay nandito. So kung mapapansin nyo ito, nandito lahat nung mga tickets natin, mga bookings natin for this tour na yan. Yung saksakan, pansinin nyo, una sa lahat, meron siyang USB-C na chargers. Tapos, meron ding dalawang USB-A na chargers. Tapos, meron ding yung universal na plug. Actually, hindi nyo naman kailangan magdala nung mga power strip o kaya extension cord. Bawal yon. Ang allowed lang nila is yung parang mga maliliit lang na block na pwedeng gawing USB-A, USB-C, pero actually nga hindi nyo kailangan yun kasi marami naman. Even sa bedside, meron ding USB-A na additional. Diba? May lampshade, may phone, merong couch. I'm pretty sure na yung room na to is na co-convert din into another bed, itong sofa na to. So, I think yung room na to is good for 4, kaya. Pero, syempre, dalawa lang tayo. And dahil balcony ocean view room nga yung binok natin, may balcony. Yan. Check naman natin yung bathroom. Pero bago yan, ito yung mirror, full body. And meron tayong closet. Daming hangers, nakakatawa. Maraming hangers kasi most ng ceilings naman ng Icon of the Seas, mga 7 nights, 6 nights, ganyan. So, kailangan nyo talaga. So, meron ding sabitan ng coat, jacket. And ito na ang ating bathroom. Hindi na ako papasok. Ganda, bagong-bago pa. Yan. Water pressure check ba natin? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay naman. So, meron silang soap na kasama. Meron din dong hair and body wash. Flat screen TV. Lalabas din dito lahat ng information na kailangan nating malaman tungkol sa cruise, yung schedule, ano yung mga events na nagaganap sa barko, sa bawat deck. Lalabas din yan dito, may channel for that. Mamaya na natin ipapakita. So, ayun na. So, magpapahinga lang muna tayo sa ngayon. Mag-freshen up. Tapos, samahan nyo kami, i-explore natin yung barko maya-maya lang. It had been a long journey. We flew in from Seattle and connected in Las Vegas with a long layover. So we were in transit for almost 24 hours. We desperately needed a hot shower and a good sleep. So we did just that. After a rather long nap, we decided to walk around the various neighborhoods and have a big meal at the Windjammer Cafe, the ship's international buffet. I will be discussing the neighborhoods and various dining options later, so watch out for that. And then we watched a show at the Royal Theater featuring headliner Adam Cario, a professional comedy juggler. After a short walk on the top deck, we called it a night. Day 2, Sea Day. It's only our second day, but we were already deep into cruise mode. No alarms, no responsibilities, and no real idea what the day of the week it was. We won't be seeing our first stop in Mexico until day 3, so we had one full day at sea. So let's take this time to explore the ship. But seriously, when you're on board Icon of the Seas, you don't even feel like you're on a ship. It's like a floating city, like I said, with 7 neighborhoods, each one with its own set of attractions. Seriously, how is this even on a boat? The first neighborhood is this, Chill Island. It's the ultimate sun, sea, and pool combo. There are 4 massive pools on this deck alone, including Royal Bay Pool, one of the largest pools, if not the largest at sea. If you want to take a dip or just bathe in the sun, this is a great spot. This one is called Central Park. After too much sun, we wandered through this place, complete with live plants, peaceful benches, and sometimes live music playing in the background. It's like a Zen garden in the middle of a cruise ship. Then the polar opposite of it is Thrill Island. Especially this part, Category 6 Waterpark, the largest water park at sea. The most exhilarating attraction here is the Frightening Boat, a drop slide with 10 out of 10 thrill factor. There's also Storm Surge and Hurricane Hunter, both less terrifying but still heart-racing. This one is called Surfside. While we're not kids and we don't have kids, we couldn't resist checking out Surfside, the family-friendly neighborhood complete with a carousel, splash area, arcade, and restaurants that feel like they came from a Pixar movie. It's cuteness overload. If we had nieces or nephews with us, they'd never want to leave this place. but we're just here for free hot dogs and free soft serve ice cream. This one is called the Hideaway. For late afternoon chill, we escape to this adults-only infinity pool suspended off the back of the ship. The view, unreal. The vibe, straight out of a hip-hop music video from the noughties. It's also where you'll find the Flow Rider, which is a simulated surfing experience that is also available in many other Royal Caribbean ships. And of course, I already mentioned this earlier, this is the Royal Promenade. Basically, a mall meets entertainment district. Shops, pizza by the slice at the Sorrentos, a few bars, and even a comedy club, you'll find them all here. We window shop pre-loved luxury goods and properly shop for souvenir items. And last but not the least, our favorite spot, Aqua Dome. This futuristic dome at the top front of the ship gave us panoramic ocean views, loungy atmosphere, and another scenic bar. This is also where Aqua Theater shows happen. Think high dives, acrobatics, and Cirque du Soleil energy, all while the ship is moving. With so many things to do and so many calories to burn off, we still somehow felt like we barely scratched the surface. There's a mini golf course, rock climbing, ice skating shows, and even escape rooms on board. Like, do we even need to get off in Mexico? Not if you don't want to, but of course, we did. Day 3, Puerto Costa Maya, Mexico. We woke up to blue skies above, bluer waters below, and wait, are those Mayan-style structures? Yep, from our balcony, we could already see a lot. No doubt about it, we had arrived in Puerto Costa Maya, Mexico's playful little port town where the atmosphere was very warm in more ways than one. But instead of going full Dora the Explorer, we made a strategic and slightly lazy decision. Stay in the port area and save our energy for the next 2 shore excursions instead. Relax mode on today, excursion mode tomorrow. Getting off the ship was a breeze, and within minutes, we were wandering around the very Instagrammable port complex. And when we say port complex, we don't mean a boring parking lot. Costa Maya's port is a mini destination in itself, complete with shops, restaurants, a huge saltwater pool, and even a swim-up bar. There were a lot of sun, a lot of sweat, and a lot of sweaty dancing in the sun. We strolled around slowly, popping into souvenir shops. Yes, we purchased fridge magnets and t-shirts, and yes, we're that kind of travelers. And then found a shady spot by the pool. The whole place had a relaxed, festive energy, live music, and people already drunk in margaritas before lunch. Love that for them. We were so excited to get off the ship that morning that we skipped breakfast. Actually, we're not really breakfast people, so it didn't take long before we heard our stomachs grumble. We ordered quesadilla and burrito at one of the casual restaurants. We love Mexican food, we do, but we didn't like what we had here very much. We should have just had breakfast on the ship. By early afternoon, we were back on board. No sunburns, no sore feet, just a chilled out kind of day. We took advantage of the empty ship to explore more of its quieter corners. Day 4, Roatan, Honduras. If day 3 was about relaxing, day 4 said, let's get wild! We docked in Roatan, Honduras early in the morning, and from the moment we stepped out onto our balcony, we were greeted by lush green hills, dense jungle, and that unmistakable feeling that something epic was about to happen. And epic it was. We signed up for the ultimate extreme adventure combo, which sounds like a video game, but is actually a full-on jungle thrill experience featuring 11 ziplines and 7 hanging bridges. Yes, 11 ziplines. In our previous video, I said 6, but nope, we watched all our footage again and counted 11. After meeting up with our group, we were shuttled into the Roatan Hills where our adventure began. First up, ziplines. The first one was quite low and short, a little bit underwhelming, not too thrilling. But they got more and more insane, sending us soaring above treetops, gliding past birds, and our last few rational thoughts. Each line got faster and got higher. The last two were Superman style. Instead of just dangling upright, we were zipping down parallel to the line, as though we were really flying. And by the end of it, we were feeling super, like superheroes. Super exhausted, super sticky superheroes with sweaty palms and slightly crooked helmets. Then came the hanging bridges, which looked peaceful at first glance until we were halfway across, dozens of feet above the jungle floor, clinging to ropes, while the bridge wobbled like it had a personal vendetta against us. Still, the views were breathtaking, a full 360-degree panorama of Roatan's tropical rainforests. The whole experience lasted maybe between 4 to 5 hours, but the adrenaline rush stayed with us all day. By the time we returned to the port, we were exhilarated, mildly dehydrated, but very ready for food. But before that, souvenir time. And again, we bought ref magnets and t-shirts. On board, still reeling from that awful burrito and quesadilla from yesterday, we decided to try El Loco Fresh, Icon of the Seas outdoor taco bar. We went back to the room, showered, took a nap, and went out for dinner and an evening walk. Day 5, COZUMEL and Chichen Itza, Mexico. Today's adventure, a big one, COZUMEL, Mexico. A sunny, sea-breezy island paradise, but instead of hanging around the beaches or sipping cocktails with cruise folks, we went full Indiana Jones and joined a tour to the legendary Chichen Itza ruins. First, we alighted the ship, and again, no immigration checks here either. We then boarded a smaller windjet ferry to Playa del Carmen on the mainland. Travel time was around 50 minutes. Once there, we met with our tour group led by our guide Carlos, who welcomed us with a placard. After a 5 to 10 minute walk to the terminal, we hopped into a shuttle van for an hour-and-a-half long but very comfortable ride inland to the ruins. To keep things modern, this tour was supposed to feature an augmented and virtual reality experience. That sounded super cool on paper, like we were about to see the ancient city rise up in front of us with the help of tech magic, but it's not like that in reality. Basically, it was just an iPad. Just a regular old tablet with visuals and info overlays, which under the scorching Yucatan sun was basically a mirror of our own sweaty faces. Thankfully, our guide Carlos was amazing. On the drive there, he walked us through all the major structures, the Temple of Kukulkan, the ball court, and the observatory. So by the time we arrived, we already had the context and could focus on seeing the real thing rather than squinting at a smudgy screen. We were also warned by Carlos that there was a $5 fee for cameras other than a camera phone. He also said that microphones, selfie sticks, and tripods were not allowed inside. So we decided to leave our GoPro and mic in the van and just use our phones to shoot. The pyramid, absolutely majestic. We wandered around the site, pretended we were in a National Geographic or History Channel special, and tried to absorb as much as we could before retreating to the van to escape the sun. The return journey was the same, van to Playa, ferry back to COZUMEL, but this time with more leg cramps and a sense of, wow, we actually just visited one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Was it a long day? Yes. Was it worth it? You bet. The real magic was standing in front of a pyramid that's been there for over 1,000 years. Day 6, sea day again. How we missed the bliss of a full day at sea. No ports, no alarms, no rush. We woke up somewhere in the middle of the Caribbean Sea with nothing on the agenda except doing nothing. Well, almost nothing. Because we planned on catching an ice skating show at Absolute Zero entitled Once Upon a Time, The King's Royal Ball, featuring characters from some of our most loved fairy tales like Hansel and Gretel, Humpty Dumpty, Cinderella, and many others. After this, we just wandered aimlessly, but maybe now is a great time for me to talk about the various dining options here on Icon of the Seas. With over 20 dining venues, you'll never go hungry on board, especially that 11 of these are complimentary. Yes, complimentary because any meal at these spots is included in your cruise fare, meaning you won't need to pay anything if you choose to eat at any of these. There's the main dining room, which serves classic multi-course meals with rotating menus, fancy-ish, but no extra charge. Windjammer Cafe. This is Royal Caribbean's iconic international buffet. You'll probably end up here a lot, like we did. Then there's also the Aqua Dome Market. This is Royal Caribbean's first food hall. It's a new concept with 5 different stalls, including crepes, Mediterranean eats, and Asian-inspired bowls. There's also a stall serving only various types of macaroni and cheese. Surfside Eatery. This is a kid-friendly buffet in the Surfside family neighborhood. Think nuggets, hot dogs, and stress-free meals. Sorrento's Pizza, which is open late, perfect for post-activity snack attacks. The pizza selection here includes margherita, pepperoni, cheese, and my favorite, chicken barbecue. Park Cafe, which serves light bites like sandwiches and salads, and it's located in Central Park. They also have chips and ice cream. Then there's Pearl Cafe, located just above the Grand Staircase, and it serves snacks like, again, sandwiches and desserts like cookies, tarts, and cakes. The Vitality Cafe, situated near the spa, offers smoothies and healthy options. El Loco Fresh, this is the one I mentioned earlier. You go here for tacos, quesadillas, and salsa. This was our go-to after a shore excursion because it's not as crowded as the Windjammer Cafe, and tacos are just so satisfying after a day of exploring. And then this one is called Base Camp. This is a new casual eatery near the Thrill Zone, and it's free for some snacks, but charges for specialty bites too. But crowd favorites like most burgers and hot dogs are complimentary. Aside from the complimentary food spots, there are also the so-called specialty restaurants. Dining here entails additional fee. Think of them as your treat-yourself spots. For most of these, you'll be paying a fixed price per person. Dinner is usually more expensive than lunch, but you can score a discount if you book before your sailing date or just approach a staff member if they know where they can get a specialty dining discount. Usually, they know someone. Head waiters can usually offer that. In our case, the head waiter at the main dining, who was also a Filipino, gave us 50% off if I remember correctly. Anyway, here are the specialty dining options and their prices. First is Chef's Table, the ship's most upscale dining experience, offering a multi-course wine-paired gourmet dinner hosted by the chef in an intimate, elegant setting. Chop's Grill is a Royal Caribbean staple for steak and carnivorous cravings. We've tried this on Spectrum of the Seas, so we skipped it this time. Empire's Supper Club. This is a swanky 8-course fine dining experience with live jazz. Think Gatsby at Sea. We didn't try it. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar, serving pizza, pasta, and wine-fueled bliss in a new open-air setting. This one's Izumi, Hibachi and Sushi, located at Central Park. You can do the a la carte sushi bar or order a full hibachi. We've enjoyed this on another ship too. This one's Pier 7, a casual all-day dining spot in Surfside, serving breakfast burritos, coconut shrimps, and more. But one spot that the crew members constantly recommended to us was Hook. It's a New England-style seafood restaurant. This one we tried and we loved it. For appetizers, I had a bowl of creamy chowder while Vince had shrimp cocktails. For mains, Vince opted with surf and turf, composed of tender steak and Maine lobster tail, grilled to order and served with vegetables and melted butter. I had their signature captain's platter with 4-ounce lobster tail, fresh fish fillet, and 4 medium-sized shrimps. Served with warm melted butter too, and a side of lobster mac and cheese. We also ordered drunken mussels steamed in garlic white wine. For dessert, the options were coconut cream pie, cherry pie, lemon tart, and decadent chocolate brownie. Other specialty food spots include Celebration Table, which is a private dining room for special occasions, Playmaker's Sports Bar and Arcade, which serves wings, sliders, beer, and game day energy. This is located near Surfside. And Starbucks. I already mentioned it earlier, but yes, they have a Starbucks on board and they even sell its own souvenir collectible mugs. Specialty dining is great if you're celebrating a special occasion and you just want to get away from the crowd. Aside from proper restaurants, there are also bars and lounges on board, including the Overlook, a futuristic cocktail bar with panoramic views located in the Aqua Dome, Swim and Tonic, Royal Caribbean's first swim-up bar, the Lime and Coconut, which is poolside tropical cocktail bar, Rye and Bean, a coffee shop that transforms into a cocktail bar, and Bubbles, the new champagne bar located in Central Park. Day 7. Our final port of call was Perfect Day at COCO Key, Royal Caribbean's private island in the Bahamas. And let's just say, the name stayed true to its promise. This place is a full-blown island playground and we were ready to go wild again. We pre-booked tickets to the Thrill Waterpark. At the center of it all, Daredevil's Peak, the tallest water slide in North America. One look up and our knees started negotiating, but of course, we did it anyway. We climbed what felt like 100 floors, then took the slide while screaming the whole way down and lived to tell the tale. Unfortunately, cameras are not allowed at any of these slides, so we can only show you screen caps from the official Royal Caribbean video. But do this slide first because the line here gets longer and longer as the day progresses. We also tackled the Dueling Demons, which were 2 exhilarating rides that Vince and I did at the same time. These are 2 separate slides, but you can do it in a synchronized way. These slides start with a nerve-wracking drop, but oh so fun. Thrill Waterpark also had wave pools, racing slides, and tube slides for groups here at Splash Summit. Again, we prioritized the most popular slide here, which was the Slingshot, and it was terrifyingly magnificent. I loved how our positions flipped and how high we got catapulted up this steep part of the slide before making a grand splash as we hit the pool. This green slide, on the other hand, was called Tailspin, which was a bit dizzying but also a bit underwhelming, especially given how insane Slingshot was. Then we tried the Splash Speedway, where you could use a mat like this and race 3 others as you swirl to the pool below. We spent hours hopping from one slide to the next like kids on vacation because we were kids at heart on vacation. But if adrenaline isn't your thing, don't worry, COCO Key has a chill side too. Literally, it's called Chill Island and it's open to everyone without needing any tickets or reservations. We strolled over after conquering the water park and found white sand beaches, calm blue waters, and plenty of free loungers where you can sit and do absolutely nothing and feel great about it. One of the best things about COCO Key, meals are complimentary. No extra charges, no complicated dining reservations. Just walk up, grab your food, and feast. We hit up Skipper's Grill for burgers and tacos, followed by way too many soft-serve cones. Because calories don't count on private islands. That's the rule, right? Right? We headed back to Icon of the Seas, salty, tired, and grinning like fools. Then we showered, took a nap to recharge, and when we woke up, started packing up because the staff would be picking up our luggage later that night. We left our suitcases outside our door on our way out to see the show in the Aqua Theater. It was amazing. High dives, acrobatics, loud music, dramatic lighting, all happening while the ship's literally moving. How? Well, physics, but still amazing. Definitely the best show on board. And of course, it's our last night on board, so we shopped for more souvenirs and other products. We couldn't think of a better way to end this perfect day. Perfect day indeed. Day 8. Like all good things, our cruise had come to an end and day 8 was officially disembarkation day. We woke up, docked, back in Miami, blinking away the disbelief that a week had flown by that fast. Like seriously, how is it already over? That's what we were thinking. We had an early breakfast at Windjammer Cafe, our faithful food haven all cruise long. The buffet was still in full swing, but the mood was a little quieter. People were rolling in with suitcases, sleepy faces, and the universal post-cruise sadness. Still, we filled our plates one last time because if we were saying goodbye to unlimited glazed ham, we had to do it properly. After breakfast, we headed off the ship and were pleasantly surprised at how fast and seamless the whole process was. There were no manual immigration counters, no endless lines of people fumbling for passports. Instead, we went through automated gates equipped with biometric and passport scanners. Just a quick scan, a short walk, and boom, we were officially back on land, wondering how long it would take before we missed the ship's rocking motion. Icon of the Seas gave us unforgettable memories, from adrenaline rushes and lazy days at sea to ancient ruins and epic eats. And while it hurt a little to say goodbye, we left with full hearts, full photo galleries, and we just felt so full after that cruise. So yeah, bye Icon of the Seas, it's been real. While most people headed straight to the airport after disembarking, we weren't done yet. Nope, our vacation had a part 2 and it involved roller coasters, castle sightings, and way too much theme park magic. Our next stop, Orlando. We grabbed an Uber to Brightline's Miami Central Station, which took about 10 minutes. The station itself was sleek, modern, and honestly kind of felt like a fancy airport lounge with coffee shops, charging stations, and zero chaos. Brightline knows how to make train travel feel bougie. We boarded the train bound for Orlando, settled into our comfy seats, and watched as the Miami skyline faded behind us. The ride was smooth and scenic, basically the chillest way to transition from cruise life to theme park madness. Next up, a full-blown Orlando theme park binge. Disney, Universal, who knows, we're going all in because when one vacation ends, another begins. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and save our promo codes for discounts. And remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it!